Hello there, this is LEGO Dynasty, and today I'm bringing you guys a review on the LEGO Star Wars The Mandalorian helmet set. It is set number 75328, comes with 584 pieces, and is rated ages 18 and up. Now again, this set, while marketed towards 18 and up, can be built by anyone under that age. It's simply marketed towards collectors, as it is specifically for display and is not meant for play, as it does not have any play functionality whatsoever. With that being said, I still think this is a very good set, and we'll get into my reasons why. Though unfortunately mine does have a slight flaw, which I'll get into shortly. You might already be able to see it. But without further ado, we're going to start this review off by looking at the box. So at the top you do have the Mandalorian's crest at the top there. You got the helmet, looks great on the black box with the light coming from behind it. The information I just disclosed to you guys. Nice detail on the side showing the helmet again. Do you get some more detail? You see the Mandalorian helmet in action right there, as well as some information. This set is 18 centimeters or 7 inches tall. And that is the box. Pretty simple. Moving on to the manual. Same issue with this one that I had in the Red 5 helmet. Unfortunately, it was bent just inside the box when I opened it. So now we have this crease. Kind of unfortunate. And then the crease only gets worse the more you bend pages, obviously, to look at it. So just a minor thing. I don't think this crease would look that bad if it was inside something. You know, bigger sets sometimes have it in plastic, which keeps it from bending. I know LEGO's trying to get away from plastics, so even a paper bag wrapped around it might have been a little bit better. It just prevents it from bending. Do have some information that we have seen before on the helmets. And then this set is on more typical white paper. So the Red 5 helmet had a bit more of a darker gray color. This is your more typical white, bright paper that you're building on. So just kind of interesting. Now as I pull the helmet closer, I'm sure if you haven't noticed already, you'll see the one flaw I have with the set that shouldn't happen if you pick this set up yourself, is I have this giant, well, I guess not giant, but very noticeable scratch on one of my plates that coincidentally goes right on the front. It's very unfortunate. I wanted to get this review out quickly, and I want to be honest about what I get in a box. So this is relatively rare. You shouldn't get this typically. Though if you are having issues, I definitely would urge you to get your replacement parts. As LEGO is pretty good, they'll send it to you, but where I am, it takes about 10 to 14 business days. I want to get this review out quickly, so alas, I just decided to tell you guys that unfortunately this happened. So like I said, LEGO, you can contact them. You actually don't even contact them. They just have a, I wouldn't say a forum, but basically you submit a form and they'll basically send you the piece. Generally no questions asked. They might contact you just to make sure you're not stealing the part, I assume. But yeah, I'm gonna send a message to them and get them to send me another plate, just so I don't have that error on here. And yeah, it is unfortunate. Obviously, I just uploaded last week my video on the Fiat 500 where I had a broken piece there. Now I had that set for quite a long time before I built it, but it's just kind of unfortunate the timing of me having two sets basically requiring me to order new parts from LEGO in order to complete the set as they were originally intended. But moving on from the noticeable scratch, I think this helmet looks really, really good. Overall, you can see they did go with a more studded look, which makes sense. They do like to have the studs showing. There are times when I do wish they would use some of their curved pieces more, especially on the top of this helmet. We know it's supposed to be more smooth in real life, and it would be nice if this, you know, smoothness here was replicated all around the helmet, and then you had more of these studs showing on here. I think that would look better, and it would still look like LEGO. but I think they chose to keep the studs, so you can definitely tell it is Lego. At the front, you do have the nice plaque, the regular stand that we've come to see across all the helmets. There's no real differences. It's all consistent. And you do have some nice chromish pieces. I guess it could have been more chrome, but they went with these instead. I'm okay with that. Maybe, especially since they weren't going to wrap it around the full helmet. It might have been more distracting if it was too shiny. So what they went with was more of a matted chrome, so I would describe it, and it still looks really good. You see some of the nice detail on the helmet all around. Now, the main issue some people have is, in comparison to Boba Fett's helmet, this strip is supposed to be thinner than Boba Fett's helmet, while Boba's is supposed to be wider. Essentially, if this visor format was on the Boba Fett helmet and Boba Fett's helmet was on the Mandalorian helmet, people would be a lot happier, essentially, because that would be more accurate. It's not the biggest deal to me, personally. It just, I still look at it and say, that's the Mandalorian's helmet. And I look at Boba Fett's and say, that's Boba Fett's helmet. You know, Lego, they obviously went with a different design on the set. You know, it's not necessarily the same shape as Boba Fett's helmet. They're just both Mandalorian helmets, but they're not the same build whatsoever. So I think it's a little bit hard to be too nitpicky about that. It's kind of just unfortunate that's how it came about, because they did a different design with these parts here, and just overall I would say the build itself is quite different than the Boba Fett helmet was, so especially on the inside. So it's hard for me to be nitpicky on this becoming wider. Some people that'll matter more to me. I still think it looks really good, and I think it captures the overall look correctly. But overall, I still really like this set, and I'm glad I picked it up day one. It's going to go great in my collection, especially once I get that part fixed. So at $59.99 US dollars and $79.99 Canadian, it's a typical price for the helmet sets. You know, there's been some differences, you know, with Darth Vader and Stout Trooper being higher or lower, coincidentally, but overall, that is the regular price range, which I think is a good price range for what you're getting in this set. And it is a great display piece, especially if you have all the other helmets. It goes great with them, and I'm quite happy to have it in my collection. With that being said, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you planning on picking up this helmet or any of the other helmets? Now, feel free to check out my other review on the LEGO Star Wars Red 5 helmet, just came out recently, and have a great day, everyone.